Okay, in this next tutorial, I want to talk to you a little bit about forms. Forms are not necessarily required when you're working in a database in Access, but they definitely make things a little bit nicer. What is a form? A form is nothing more than a basic user interface that gives you the ability to view data from a data table and input data, as well as just kind of skim through everything with a little bit more safety and with less opportunity for you to delete data that you shouldn't, creating orphan records. So there's several different ways to create forms inside Access, but I want to show you just the beginning or a basic method of doing that. So how about we add a form that gives us the ability to create new customers in our database. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to first click the customers table, but don't open it. From there, we're going to click create, and we're going to click form. Boom. Right off the bat, you have yourself a form. Now, if you don't like the form as it is, you have the ability to add existing fields from other tables, just like you could if you were doing a query, right? So I could add additional fields from transactions or inventories. But as it is right now, you have a basic form that gives you the ability to input data as you see fit. Now, when you're working in forms, there are three different views that you have to choose from. You have form view, layout view, and design view. Okay, when you're in layout view, well, let's go with the bigger one. Let's go back to form view. When you're in form view, this is literally how you use the form. If I wanted to go in and put myself into the customers table, I could do that now. So if you go up to the records tab and click new, I could put myself in. Jason Davidson. Now, the one trick is because we didn't have account number set to auto number, we actually have to make an account number up, and that account number is the primary key. Made up phone number as well. So at this point, if I click save, now let me show you what this did. Okay, so I click save. Go to my customers table. Check it out. I'm in there now. Okay, so instead of having to go into data sheet view, I can data entry just put that in directly like so. Okay, now what are the other two views and what do those do? Layout view. Layout view is basically window dressing. Much like layout view when you're dealing with a report, I can go in and change the color themes. I can go, or excuse me, color schemes. I can go in and change the actual themes with whatever's installed. Okay. I can add a logo. I can add title, date and timestamp, images. I can insert hyperlinks. You can do all kinds of stuff, but you can't do any heavy lifting. Any kind of heavy lifting or major design things have to happen when you go into, and it's making me save it right now, into design view. Now, when you're in design view of a form, okay, you have the header of the form, the details of the form, and the footer of the form. The footer isn't required, the header isn't required. So if I don't like it, I can literally just, now it's not going to, well, I have to delete what's in there first, but delete what's in there and it'll take it away. Right now there is no footer. Now there's a footer. I can add anything there I see fit. Now, a lot of people get nervous when they talk about the forms and the report design view inside Access. Well, you shouldn't be. It's really pretty simple. Any space that you see that has dots, like so, dots, dots. You can put a label. You can put any field that you want there. A label, a text box, a list box, a combo box. You can do anything. So think of these just as dividers. They're not hard and fast rules. You want something in the footer, put it in the footer. You want something in the header, put it in the header. Anything you want can go anywhere you see fit. But at this point, everything's good. So if I'm in form view and I want to go in and add myself a customer, or if I want to go in and even just look at the customers, right? Oops. Sorry, we don't want to do that. I was putting in a new transaction. We don't want that. So if I want to go in and skim through the customers, there they are. Now in the next tutorial, or in one coming up, I'll show you how to add control source buttons that give you the ability to do this without having to click the buttons at the bottom. But for now, that's how simple it is to create a form in Access. So now make sure you save this form. We'll call it the customers form. Close it, and we'll see you back for some more cool tips and tricks.